All right, Intuitive Black Sheep Collective, we are back with another intuitive message on today. This X is in regret for listening to their karmic, toxic family members. You are the one who got away. Okay? Angel number 808. All right. Is significant here. Swift action. You're entering a phase of expansion, so make immediate action towards your ultimate goals. Financial improvement is on the horizon, and by the way, someone has their eyes on you. Stay focused because the universe is aligning in your favor. Okay? So, you and this ex, I'm picking up for a lot of you, this was actually an ex spouse, okay? You all were married and got a divorce, so an ex husband or an ex wife, okay? For some of you, it could have just been a long term relationship that you were in, but for the most part, I'm picking up on you were actually married. This is your ex spouse, ex husband, or ex wife, okay? So the relationship started out, it almost seemed, perfectly, okay? All right. When you two first started out, okay, this ex was just so into you, okay? You guys had great chemistry, great vibes, all right? You couldn't wait to be around each other. You spent a lot of time with each other. You didn't want to be away from one another, okay? All right, so there was a very intense chemistry, okay? And it seemed like things really picked up and happened fast between you two. Okay, all right. So we got the swept up card here, okay? And it seemed as if you fell head over heels, okay, for this ex, okay? It really felt like true love. The emotions were incredibly intense. You felt like you had never been in love with someone the way that you loved your ex. For some of you all felt like you had never even been in love until you came together with this ex partner, ex spouse, ex husband, ex wife. Okay, so the emotions were really tense. Okay, it's almost like a swept off of your feet type of energy. Okay, all right, and there were a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing. You were the first one that came to realize this in this partner's this ex's close circle, family, friends, okay, siblings, parents, karmic friends, okay. You, because you are very intuitive, you picked up that the energy was just off in this friend group, in this karmic family that surrounded this ex. You could tell that they did not have this ex's best interests at heart. Okay, now this ex, okay, they have been raised up under these people their whole life. Okay, this was their family. These were their best friends. Okay, so they had more of a hold on this ex, or more of a, let's see, influence over this ex. Okay, to where it's like this ex was blind. They could not see that the people around them were wolves in sheep's clothing, did not have their best interest at heart, were using them for money, wanted to control their lives and their every move, okay? Did not really want to see them happy, okay? All right, okay? So you coming in to this ex's life stirred things up a bit, okay? Because you are not easily controlled, manipulated. You can see through a lot of things. You have the ability to see almost kind of behind the veil. Okay, you can always see the true intentions, okay, behind somebody's actions. And so they weren't able to pull the wool over your eyes, okay? All right. And okay, a lot of fake smiles, smiling in your face, acting like they loved you and this ex or even liked you and this ex, okay? But everyone around this ex, you know, especially this ex toxic mother-in-law or father-in-law that you had, this ex in-law, ex brother-in-law, sister-in-law that you had, okay, were very fake, okay, because these people would present themselves one way to the community, like this happy, loving, uh, the perfect picture perfect family, the Cosby, Cosby show talk about the Huxtables, okay, just presenting themselves to be this happy, close, perfect family, okay? But you came to realize that that was all of a facade and this was all fake, okay? These individuals knew that you were different, okay? This this ex of yours, a lot of their friends were actually haters, okay? So you come in as this beautiful or very attractive, handsome new partner, new love connection for your ex, okay? A lot of you eventually became their spouse, okay? And these hating friends and these karmic, toxic family members surrounding this ex, this really triggered them and got underneath their skin, okay? All right, a lot of you are very, were just very beautiful, okay? Handsome, physically attractive, okay? And that is a gift within itself as well, okay? Because that naturally draws attention in for you, okay? But besides that, okay, that's only on the surface, okay? There's a lot of depth to you all, intuitive Black Sheep collective, okay? You're very gifted. You have spiritual gifts, okay, within you that's you haven't even tapped into the depth of all of those yet, okay? And there is just a natural light that radiates from you that draws people in and draws the attention, okay? And this really irritated and got underneath their skin, okay? Because these type of individuals, okay, all right, narcissists, okay, they have to be the center of attention, okay? They hate to see anybody else garnering the attention. It's an all eyes on me type of energy when it comes to these types of personality types. So they were spiritual haters. They were hating on your light. They were envious and jealous of your light, okay? And they were also envious and jealous of this ex for being able to attract and pull in someone like you, okay? You were a threat within this ex's, close circle, okay? All right? You're intelligent, smart, a go-getter, ambitious, you're assertive, you're confident, all right? Okay? You're able to maneuver through a lot of situations without really any help, or guidance, okay? Just because you are well equipped to well handle things on your own, okay? And this was intimidating within this ex's community, okay? because for I know for a lot of the divine feminists, this ex and their close circle that surrounded them were very misogynistic and were into uh, very kind of old school gender roles. Okay, all right, where it's like I'm picking up on your ex mother-in-law was a stay-at-home wife all those years. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, absolutely nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom or wife, but that's the role that then your ex, and if he had any other male siblings, that's the role that they saw for their wives as well. Okay, where as you are a person that likes to reach your goals, you want to have a career, okay, you want to level up and things of that nature, okay, but within this ex's, very controlling, you know family, that just was very frowned upon, and so they would do every little thing they could to sabotage that or get in his ear and speak down on that so that he would come down on you to try to convince you to just go ahead and stay at home, like his like the mother did. Okay, all right. And for the divine masculines, okay, you were a threat because you came in as a provider, a protector, a leader, okay, where your your ex-wife, okay, or you know your ex-partner, whereas their family was used to controlling and running the show and being involved in every aspect and every decision that your ex-girlfriend or your ex-wife made. You came in as the leader, okay, and the protector, and you shut that down, okay, because you know that this relationship is between you and your partner. That's it, okay? Nobody else is going to come in and run y'all's relationship or run y'all's household, okay? And so that was a threat to them, okay? The loss of control over your ex-wife or, ex-girlfriend. Them not being able to run you either, okay? Okay. And so these karmic family members, okay, and these hating friends that surrounded this ex of yours got in their ear, telling this ex things like they could do better than you. They could just find better. They deserve better. Just kind of nitpicking everything about you to this ex, okay? Because at a certain point, you got to the point where you were tired of the disrespect from these karmic family members and these karmic friends that surrounded your ex, that you said, no, I'm not even going to deal with them anymore. And you went low contact with them or no contact at all, to where you wouldn't even go with this ex to anything that you knew that any of their karmic family members or their karmic friends were going to be at. Okay. And so these people were able to get in this ex's ear saying they deserve better. Oh, look at your partner. They won't even come around your family or get to know your friends. You deserve better than that. You can do better than that. And also for some of you, this ex could have been a high earner. Okay, so that was another way for them to get in this ex's ear, kind of hype them up, as them being a high earner, and they bring home most of the income and they pay the majority of the bills, so they deserve better, okay, and they can maneuver and move how they want to within this relationship, okay? And so, because of that, okay, this ex, thinking the grass was greener, went into a romantic love affair, okay? They had a side piece, a secret lover, okay? They had somebody on the side on you. There was a third party, okay? And then this ex began to feel conflicted, okay? Between you and the third party that they got wrapped up in and choosing between the two of you, okay? And so you may have noticed that all of a sudden this ex of yours, all of a sudden they had to go on business trips or had to go out of town, for work all the time, okay? They would start fights about the smallest thing, okay? And then leave, and then there would be a disagreement and they would use that to leave the house overnight or leave the house for hours, okay? That was all calculated. They were doing that so they could find the time to get out and go and link up with this third party, okay, in secret, okay? Okay. So, okay, the way that this ex would not just stand on business and really stand up for you and shut down these karmic family members, okay, and fake friends that were in their close circle, okay? They allowed these people to disrespect you, talk to you any type of way, talk about you, okay, treat you wrong, okay, kind of leave you out of things, okay, because of this. And also in the background, they had this third party going on, okay, thinking the grass was greener on the other side. So that also contributed to now this ex coming in, disrespecting you in the, to your face, to the worst way, saying the most horrible things to you, going into rages. Okay, all right. Okay, so these factors caused many fights between you, okay? Arguments, okay? For some of you, it may have turned physical where you put your hands on each other, okay? But it put you guys at odds, at war to where you were constantly fighting and in arguments, okay? You would go into silent treatments, okay? The home, was a war zone. There was no peace, okay? This caused constant arguments and disagreements, okay, between you two. All right. Okay. So you realize that this relationship, this marriage, okay, was just too toxic, okay? You no longer wanted to be in this connection. You could not take it. It was extremely toxic, okay? All right. And so you decided, okay, to leave, okay? Broken promises, okay? Disappointed expectations, failed commitments. The trust was lost, okay? Words meant nothing. You saw their actions, okay? And their actions were telling you everything, okay? So you decided it was time to walk away from this toxic connection, okay? Whether that was you all were just in a long-term relationship and you broke up, or you were married, okay, and decided, hey, I'm gonna cut my losses. Let's just go ahead and get the divorce here, okay? And so you did just that. You cut ties, you broke up, you got the divorce. You walked away from this, okay? Because it seemed like you were the only one fighting for this. You were the only one trying to protect this connection. You were the only one that was standing up and speaking up for the connection and what was right, okay, and trying to protect the household and what you all were building, okay. It was like you were in it alone, when it comes to that aspect, and you gave your all, you gave your whole heart, uh, you gave until you couldn't give anymore. You kept staying around, or you would leave and you would come back time and time again, only for this person to be fine, okay? The honeymoon period for a couple of weeks, maybe a month, maybe a couple of months, to go right back into the old patterns, okay? The disrespect, the hurt, okay? All right, the trauma that was being caused here became too much, and you cut your losses. You walked away. You decided to leave, okay? All right, once you did that, guess what? That side piece, that third party didn't last long. This ex came to realize it was a rebound situation. The grass was not greener on the other side. And oftentimes, when someone is in a relationship, there are some people out there that are more attracted to this person because they are in a relationship, okay? Or people will gravitate towards this person because they see that they were able to pull or attract someone of your caliber, intuitive Black Sheep Collective, okay? And so then it becomes like a competition for this third party to be able to get the attention of your partner when your partner already has someone like you of, high caliber, okay? All right. And so they will intentionally come in seeking to break that up, like, oh, I can steal your man, or look at me, I can steal your girl, okay? And it becomes a competition that way. And so now when you were out of the picture, this third party became the full time girlfriend, boyfriend, uh, partner, the full time connection to this ex, and they saw what all you had to put up with, because now they were uh, introduced fully as the new partner, okay, or the new, supply, okay, all right, out in the open with this ex, okay, and so now they see just what you were going through at the hands of these fake uh, friends that this ex had around them, and these karmic narcissistic family members, okay, that this ex had around them, okay? And they saw what you went through, and they started to go through what you went through, okay? This ex's karmic toxic family, okay, and this ex's fake friends started to put this this new connection that your ex had been cheating with, had on the side while you were all together. They started to put this person through the ringer as well, okay? All right, to the point where they scared this one off as well, okay? So that third party connection that your ex was cheating with while you all were together, okay, came to see that they were not special, okay? Once you were out of the way and they were fully put in that spot as the new replacement, well, nobody could ever replace Intuitive Black Sheep Collective, okay? All right, they could never. But once they were inserted as your replacement, okay, they quickly realized that they were no different, okay? And these karmic family members and these fake friends sunk their teeth into this karmic third party connection as well, okay? All right, and scared them off, okay? And so this ex thought this new this new third party connection was going to be able to handle and put up with their family, as if maybe you weren't strong enough or you didn't have the right qualities to be able to be with them and be within this karmic family group or this fake friends group that they had around them. Okay, they quickly saw that uh, you actually put up with a lot more than anyone is willing to put up with. Okay? You stayed around for a long time. And they see that these new people that they may date, the third party connection, is not willing to do that. Okay? They're not going to stay around long at all once they see how this karmic ex's family and fake friends, all right, treat the partners, of this ex. Okay, they're not going to stick around for that long at all. So this ex is seeing now that you really stuck it out with them. Okay, because you stayed with them for a lot of you were with them for years. Okay, before you finally just said you can't do it anymore and you let go. Okay. All right. This has broken this ex's ego, okay? Because for a lot of you, this ex is very, very arrogant, okay? Because I'm picking up for a lot of you, this, you know, ex is very successful, a very high earner, okay? All right? And they are just very arrogant, all right? And thinking they are better and above than a lot of people. So you leaving, moving on, especially if it was an actual divorce, okay, this really broke their ego, okay? Because they try to uphold an image when it comes to the public eye and the community. Okay, so having a broken family, all right, was a was an embarrassment to them. Okay, all right, it really made them take a hit to their ego. Okay, because they're so high and mighty and hypocrite. Okay, so they are moving in silence now because they are fully aware that just their whole circle needed to be reevaluated, okay? That these karmic family members do not have their best interests at heart, that they are indeed wolves in sheep's clothing, and also that the friends that surround them are fake, okay, and phony, and don't have their best interests at heart either, okay? That they would willingly sabotage, okay, any love connection in this person's life, okay, or that they are users, okay, and they just have their hands out, okay, all right, and they would want to break break up any connection that this ex has, okay, because it benefits them for this ex not to be in a relationship, all right, okay, it benefits them, whether that's because now this ex can now spend all their time going out kicking it with these fake friends, or these money hungry family members that always have their hands out. Okay, now there's no one to influence this ex from giving them money or taking care of them financially. Okay, all right, but this ex is fully aware now that they are surrounded by wolves in sheep's clothing when it comes to this karmic family and these fake friends. Okay, and at this time, some of these exes may actually be going to different people, getting readings to try to tap in and keep up with your life and see if you've moved on, or if you'll have a new love coming in, or to see if you're still thinking about them, or if you would come back to them, or are you still in love with them? Okay. All right. This X sees that, okay, that you were able to bounce back and recover from that toxic, extremely toxic marriage or relationship that you were in with them. Okay, you were able to dust it off and pick up and move on. Okay, because they are still keeping up with you through social media. They are watching you. Okay, and your departure has actually left this ex heartbroken. Okay, even though they wear a mask and they won't tell you or they won't show you. Okay, and this the ending of this marriage or this relationship definitely left you heartbroken, because you did your all. You really poured into this connection. You really genuinely loved this ex. Okay, when you first got together, it felt like you had never loved someone like this before, or it felt like you had never truly been in love until you met this ex. So you poured your everything into this, only for this ex to take these karmic family members' side over you, to listen to these snake fake friends in regards, uh, you know, to you. Okay, all right. So essentially choosing these fake friends and these karmic family members, choosing them over you. Okay, even jumping on the bandwagon at times to go against you. Okay, or help try to get you back in line. Okay, or under control of these controlling uh, mother, father, or elder toxic family members, okay, that were in this family, okay, because um, these elders, okay, and mother and father figures that this ex had were extremely controlling, okay, they were narcissistic, okay, no one could outdo them, okay, they had to be the top dogs. All right, so they saw you as a threat, okay, coming into this toxic family unit. Okay. All right. Okay. And this ex, okay, has the blues at this time. Okay. Very heavy emotions. Okay. Mentally distressed, depressed, uh, in regret, you know, sad, bitter, hurt, holding resentment towards this karmic family members and these fake friends, okay, for listening to them. They realize now that they listened to the wrong people, okay, that they were snakes, all right, okay. And because of this, okay, they could be self medicating. Okay, they are self medicating at this time, okay. They're spiraling out of control. There's some irrational behaviors going on there. So they could be self medicating with alcohol, binge drinking, okay. Some of them could be using illegal substances. Some of them could be taking, or overusing substances that are actually prescribed, okay? All right, in order to try to cope or try to numb, okay, this mental distress, okay, this depression, this sadness, this anger, okay, that they are feeling at the loss of you, and also realizing that their karmic family and these fake friends are not to be trusted, okay, and that they have allowed these people to influence them for the majority of their lives, okay? All right. This person, this ex is watching you, okay? On social media, okay? If you have them blocked, all right, they are on fake accounts, okay? And they are watching you at this time. They're taking a closer look, okay? Extremely nosy. Whatever they can find on you, they are up in your business every day. They don't miss a day where they're not searching your social media for clues, okay, for anything that you found a new love, or that you're thinking about them, or anything that they can try to find um, out about you, okay? And what they are seeing as they watch you on social media is sending them into this groupie type energy, to where now they're bringing you up amongst these fake friends and this karmic family, okay? Sharing what they see you accomplishing on social media. You're sharing your accomplishments on social media, okay? This ex has been watching you, okay? And this has put them into a groupie energy because they see all the great things that you have accomplished since you've been with them, okay? And they are now sharing the accomplishments that you share on social media that they have seen. They are now sharing that amongst this fake friend group and this karmic toxic family that they have, okay? All right. It says, I feel alone and in the dark. Where is my light? All right. Intuitive Black Sheep Collective, you were the light in this ex's life, okay? You were sent to them for a reason, and they fumbled. Okay. All right. As they watch you rise and watch your accomplishments, okay, and watch the things that you share. Maybe you share that if you've gone on a vacation, or the activities or things that you do when you get out and about, okay, or when you go outside, okay. And just from the things that you do post, you're a very motivational person, very encouraging, okay, very inspirational, okay. They are seeing that at this time, okay, that you are a very high vibrational person, okay. You are in good vibes. You are living life to the fullest, and you are enjoying the present, okay. You're enjoying everything that you have worked for, okay, the fruits of your labor, okay. They see that uh, you're a little different now, okay. You are speaking up now. You did speak your piece before, but now it's like there's no filter. You are speaking up for yourself from the jump, so that people know uh, that you have boundaries in place, okay, and that they are not going to play with you, okay. They're not going to play over you, okay. All right. And they know that you will defend yourself, okay? And you have the courage to confront others, okay? When there is something that you feel, isn't right, okay? You're going to speak up about that. Okay? They see you in this CEO energy, this leadership energy, this boss energy, okay? Because they are watching you heavily. Whether it's if you're on TikTok, you have a platform, Facebook, Instagram, okay? Some of you may have started your own businesses. You could be an entrepreneur. They see you in this CEO leadership energy, okay? They see your confidence at this time, and they are actually very impressed by this, okay? All right. And as they watch, they are coming to the realization that, look, you are the divine feminine. You are their divine counterpart, okay? All right. You were the yin to their yang, okay? And they really fumbled the ball. They messed up. You were the one that got away. And it took them all of this to um, try to go be with other people, thinking the grass was greener on the other side, keeping third parties, okay? Listening to karmic family members, listening to fake friends, okay? You leaving them, it took all of that for them to come to the realization that you are top tier. You are the one, okay? It's you, okay? nobody can compare to you. Okay. And they are coming to that realization. They really messed up. They fumbled it. They let you get away. You are the one that got away. You were sent to help them heal, to help them ascend. Okay. To help them really um, step into that role as a divine masculine. Okay. All right. Okay. And they want you back. Okay. At this time, uh, they really want you back, and they are thinking of ways of how it could possibly work, on if you would possibly forgive them, if there is any way that they could possibly get you back, possibly get you to reconnect and return to them. Okay. They are actively thinking of ways. Okay. They are longing for you. They want you so bad. They want you back so bad that it hurts. Okay. Okay. Again, return. Okay. They are wanting a second chance with you. They want to make amends. They want to come in and apologize. They want to make it right. They want to take accountability. Okay. All right. They want a second chance. Okay. They know at this time that you are their safe space. Okay. You have always felt like a safe space for them, and they miss that safe space that they had within you. Okay. You were their emotional sanctuary. Okay. They felt comfortable. They felt as if they could be vulnerable. Okay. When they were with you. Okay. When they were around you. Okay. And at this time, you are feeling as if this whole situation in that ex is played out. Okay. Because you know what? They should have loved you correctly when they had you. They should have protected you properly when they had you. They should have stood up for you. They should have been a grown man or a grown woman and protected the connection, the household, okay, the bond that you all shared. For some of you all had started a family. You were married. Some of you may have had brought children into the situation, okay? They should have protected the family unit. Okay, they should have loved you correctly and properly the first time. Okay, so you feel as if that whole situation in that ex is played out at this time. Okay, and we have divine timing here. Be patient while things are unfolding. This connection is worth the wait. Okay, all right. So a lot of you have no interest that even if this person was to come back and try to make amends and want to reconnect and spin the block, okay? A lot of you are not even interested, okay? And those that are not interested, okay? And know that they're moving forward, okay? There's a need for you all to be patient while things are unfolding, okay? There's a connection coming in for you that is well worth the wait, okay? And you deserve it. And you will have it, okay? Have decision making here. I choose positive energy, light, and calm in every situation. I choose happiness regardless of the challenges I face. I release fear and trust in the divine, sharing my thoughts with God and knowing that I am guided to make the best choices for my life. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching Intuitive Black Sheep Collective. That has been another intuitive message. Until next time.